Hi, it's Matt again from CMEO Retrack with another English vocabulary and speaking video. Today we're going to be focusing on health problems. That's something we've had to think a lot about over the last few years, unfortunately. So when we talk about health problems, we're normally thinking about illnesses, symptoms, injuries, aches and pains, and medicine. Those are the 5 things I'm going to cover today. So let's talk about illnesses first. Illnesses might be why you need to go to the pharmacy or you need to go to the doctor. So most of the time when we're sick, the most common thing is to say, I have a cold. I have a cold. A cold is not too serious. We get them all the time. Similar to a cold, but much more serious, is the flu. I have the flu. If we remember back to 2020, COVID-19 was a form of the flu. So I have a cold if it's not so serious. I have the flu if it's more serious. Something else that might, I need to go to the dentist because I have a toothache. I have a toothache. And not serious at all, but sometimes happens. I have the hiccups. The hiccups. Okay, so if you need to go to see the doctor might ask you what your symptoms are. Symptoms are the things that are wrong with you, the things you are suffering. So the most common one would be, I have a headache. I have a headache. Or, I have a stomachache. I have a stomachache. So we've talked about 3 aches already. Toothache, stomachache, headache. We'll talk more about that later. If you're feeling very, very hot, or you're feeling very, very cold, very hot, very cold, very hot, very cold, you have a fever. A fever is when your temperature keeps going up and down. You might also be sneezing. 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 So for most of these I'm saying I have, but for sneezing I would use the present continuous. I am sneezing a lot. So let's get back to some more things you might have. You might have a sore throat. A sore throat. A sore throat. If you have a real bad sore throat, you could say, I've lost my voice. Now, 2 things with your nose, kind of the opposites of each other. Maybe you have a lot of coming from your nose. We call that a runny nose. A runny nose. Just like a runny egg. Or you might have the opposite problem, a blocked nose. So a runny nose or a blocked nose. The doctor might ask if you have congestion or you feel congested. That just means the same as a blocked nose. It means things are stuck. We also use this word congestion to talk about traffic. Traffic being stuck. And finally, very similar to the Vietnamese word, a cough. Cough. Difficult to spell, but easy to say. A cough. So I mentioned aches already. Now let's talk about aches and pains. Aches and pains are 2 different ways of talking about things that hurt. So when we think about the word ache, think about headaches, think about stomach aches, think about backaches. An ache is a long pain, quite dull, but a pain that goes on a long time. Oh, my head aches, I've got a headache. Oh, my tooth aches, I've got a toothache. Oh, my back aches, I've got a backache, I have a backache. Or maybe, if you do a lot of exercise or you do a lot of running, the next day, oh, my legs ache. My legs really ache. Similar to aches is pain. Pain is more sharp, more sudden, more short. Oh, I've got a pain in my neck. Oh, that's really painful. Oh, I've got a pain in my side. Yeah, it's a sudden, short pain. When we talk about aches, we're talking about long pain. When we talk about pain, something short, something sharp. If you've had a lot of aches and pains, maybe you've had an injury. An injury is when you need to go to hospital, maybe you've had an accident. When we talk about injuries, we often use the present perfect. Oh, what have you done? I've hurt my back. Doctor, I've hurt my back. Oh, doctor, I've broken my leg. I've broken my leg. Or, ooh, I've twisted my ankle. I've twisted my ankle. Or something that might happen if you're quite tall. I've banged my head. My tall friends bang their heads all the time. I don't have that problem. Finally, let's talk a little bit about medicine. Painkillers. When you have any kinds of aches or pains, there are 3 main types of painkillers popular in Vietnam. The first one is aspirin. Aspirin. Then there's paracetamol. Paracetamol. Or ibuprofen. Ibuprofen. In Vietnamese, you drink medicine, but in English, we take medicine. We take medicine. If I have an injury, I might have something different. I might have a bandage wrapped around my arm. If I've broken my arm, I might need to have a cast, which is when they put the hard plaster over your arm so you can't move it. Or if I just cut my finger, I might get a plaster, or in America they say a band-aid. A band-aid. Or finally, if I've got a cold, I just need my tissues. Tissues. Okay, there's some vocabulary for talking about health problems. I hope you are in very good health. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you next time.